Hey Scott, how's it going? How's it going? Great, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Just rainy here. Not too bad, not real cold or anything. Just rainy, cloudy. Look like we might have a lot of rain for the week. Look like. See, they did a consecutive 3, 4, 5 for Missouri evening draw. Um, right off of that, with the 012 or the um, 2, 3, 4 off that run exact. But as usual, nothing major going on. Glad of that. Hello, hello, and welcome. If you're new, mind stating where you're from. Hi, Evangelist. How you doing? You've been trying to reach me. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um, on my phone. I don't remember my phone ring. I think I. Okay, I did step out and I didn't take one of my phones with me. Sorry you missed me. I stepped out for a minute. Well, longer than a minute, about an hour or so. That's probably right when you called. Um, doing well, doing well. Something I can help you with on the live that you might need? Question on the live, Evangelist? I can demonstrate what maybe. Anything I can help you with on the live, Evangelist? I don't know if you heard me or not. Okay, as I always normally start introducing, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, the 844. All righty. Well, we still got the, here in Missouri, in comparison on the pairs, we still got the 19 and the 59 left. So, like I say, um, if I hit something, I would pull those two pairs out and play them a 50-cent box on run them down 0 to 9 like that. It look like the pairs are hitting better um, than some of the numbers because you had so many of them left from February and only two doubles so far for the month. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, all right. That 8 was in the front. Okay, good. You, that's going to be a great help to you. It's going to be a great help to you. You know, uh, basically with the tracking, like I say, I formalized to try to hit straight, and this is why I say tracking the front pairs and the back pair really helped doing that, and also tracking and see where those numbers didn't hit at, because I don't have to guess where I'm gonna play a number. If I'm looking at playing a number, I don't have to guess what position I'm gonna put it in. Uh, and you'll see that some of them numbers can run. A single number can take 60 days and not hit in a position. That's what I'm saying about if you're not tracking, you can't really see what's going on with the numbers. Because I think the number one hadn't hit for 60 days in the front position um, a couple of months ago. So that helps. Hello and welcome, welcome. If you're new, you want to say who you are and where you're from. Okay. All right. So just, yeah, I do too. Oh, okay. I'm gonna flip here and go over the pick thread at a glance master sheet again. This here is the pick three at a glance sheet. That's what started the whole thing for tracking for me. Because like I said, I just couldn't get it with the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the flips, and the grids, and the multiple different rundowns. So when I found the 22 numbers that I have here, the 012, the 013, the 014, the 015, the 016, the 017, the 018, the 024, the 025, the 026, and the 027, and the 037. And I knew that I could find all the singles on these these 12 columns here. And I realized this 037 was the hardest one to find because I did all the 1-1 rundown on all these numbers and tracked them to see if I could find all the 720 numbers. And when I did, I took this 037 and it was the one that was missing. And the doubles came pretty easy because they were straightforward. But these here was difficult. And also after I did that, I realized by doing this, everything was in numerical order and everything was easy to find. And all the numbers mirrored each other in each column and everything in numerical order. So I had this sheet for a good while before I came up with the other three strategies that were real helpful. But so do we have I think we just had somebody. If you knew, you want to say who you are and where you're from. Or if you have any questions. I guess the early people probably still coming on. Mm-hmm. All right. And Evangelist, did you need to contact me after the live or something? if you're able to, then I know to be looking for your call. Okay. Okay. Yeah. If you're just coming on, do you want to stay where you're coming from, or where you're from, and visiting the channel, visiting the live? From New Jersey. All right. Sandy Mack. Glad to have you with us. Glad to have you with us. This is pretty much a question and answer live, or if you new with Picture at a Glance, is where basically I can answer your questions and demonstrate to you any anything you might want to know. Like I say, I can explain the strategy in 30 minutes. It's pretty easy to understand. It depends on pretty much how new you are. All you have to do is understand the simple 111 rundown. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Take 22 numbers, do the 111 rundown on the 22 numbers, and you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. And everything is tracking your data. You basically have to track back a year's data. That's all you're going to need. And everything works by the law average. Everything works by the law average. Um, so this is where I demonstrate to you at. On New Jersey, 03L. Okay, if you're talking about a next day hit, okay, basically Picture at a Glance is basically ran off of the law average. What we do is we accumulate the numbers over time and we build a bucket list of the columns. And once you build that bucket list, you see what numbers are left. Well, you see what numbers are left on the column, and those are basically the numbers we look as playing off the bucket list. Now, I'm saying like the 030 wouldn't necessarily tell you what I would be looking at coming off uh, in New Jersey, because for the simple fact, all the numbers run different. So that's where you have to track all your numbers. If you're familiar with the master sheet, are you familiar with my master sheet? Sandy Mack, the Picture at a Glance master sheet. Let me show you here. Are you familiar with this sheet right here? With the 22 numbers? That makes it 22 columns. Okay, good. Okay, here you got your, this 300 is on column 3, okay? And you did your 1-1 rundown. Now, it's basically if you wanted to, and you think that it's going to come off the column, the next day number, you could try that. But if you haven't accumulated the numbers over time, like from last year, eliminated or know what numbers have already fell off this column here, then if you know, if you don't know, I would play the numbers that haven't failed, or I might would play the column back depending on how many times this column has hit already. Whatever numbers are left would be basically the numbers I would play, or I'd play the whole column 50-cent box if I thought that the column might come back. But really what you're doing is you're looking for columns that are due and what numbers are due on the columns that haven't hit. Are you understanding what I'm saying here? But mostly what we're looking for here is this the master sheet here. You're looking for the numbers that are left that didn't play the previous year. After you take a sheet here and you transfer the numbers that hadn't hit into the columns. Now we have a app to help you do that, and it's called the Blind Squirrel app. Oh, and it's called Pick 3 Rundown, really. Am I from New York? No, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And if you use the Pick 3 at a glance system, you have to do midday to midday and evening to evening data to track. You wouldn't be able to track everything on one sheet. Okay. Because that's how you would get your actual data. Because like I say, midday runs different from evening, evening runs different from midday. And really to get a handle on what's going on with the numbers, you have to track them different. But the basic principle is the same. You got 1,000 numbers, you got 365 days in a year. You got 365 days in a year, and you're only going to get a third of those numbers for the whole year. That's about 365, about a third of those 1,000. That's why it's so important that you know what's going on with the other 635 numbers. With me, like I said, it helped to give me patience to carry my numbers longer, because I know how long it takes just about for those numbers to hit. Again, like I said, if you take 10 numbers and play them every day for the whole year, 365, you might get 3 or 4 of them exact. So on average, with me playing my numbers for, and I make fun out of it. Hey, Tara, how you doing? I make fun out of it. I carry my numbers and basically till they hit. because I know that it's going to take just about 30, 45, 60 days. But when I do hit, I know where to reinvest my money back into what numbers because I've been tracking all along. And not guessing because those columns are going to show you everything that those 1,000 numbers are doing when you're tracking the front pair, the back pair, single digit. So it's almost like a game with me, or like playing cards or something. You know how to play cards. You just watch everybody how they play their hand, and then when it's time to win, you play your best hand, and you can play your best hand. Working with the law average, I kind of got the structure and idea from a guy in playing on the casino. He just played 21. So he learned how to memorize the cards working with the law average. And when the deck got low, because back then they only used one deck to play 21, he memorized all the cards and he knew what cards was left to bet the best time to hit or to play on them. And he was doing so well, he broke the casinos. They banned him off the casinos. They call them today, they call them card counters. And it's illegal for card counters to be on casinos now. They have actual spotters for card counters, just working with the law average, counting the numbers down. So I kind of implemented that idea to my pick three at a glance strategy. I said, well, if everybody can just track the numbers and see what numbers and when they fall in position and fall in line and what's left, and then play and hit them hard, potentially play, then they would be able to do the same thing. And that's the strategy I implemented. And it's been working for me. So, and I don't play a lot of different numbers. I just stay consistently. And then when my numbers hit, then I pick up the numbers that I know as I've been following and playing them. And, I have, if you go to my channel, you'll see I hit triple eights with that same strategy because I knew double eights hadn't failed on the back end. And in December, and I seen that, triple threes and triple eights hadn't failed. And if you know about mirrors, they mirror each other. So I said, okay, one of those two have to come. So I bet down on triple eights, and they came out, and I won. But triple threes came also. But I always play my triples toward the end of the year. I don't play triples all year, even if I play triples, because you only get 3 chances of hitting them. You're only going to get 3 chances out of the year on average. That's on any of those 10 numbers that I'm telling you about. Mostly on average, 3 or 4 will come out every year exact. So that lets you know that trying to run and hit these numbers, or a strategy to hit the numbers of what's coming the next day, is really not going to happen too much. You really have to have a tracking system to see. And everybody's number is going to run different in all the states. But they have to work by the law average. Just like the 1 in 1,000, it works like that. The numbers have to change positions as they rotate, as long as they ain't doing nothing wacky with the lottery where it's going to be different. And I think if you've been tracking, you'll be able to see that. So, and that's why pick three at a glance makes it so simple. You can see everything right in front of you, everything those 1,000 numbers are doing. And I've been using it now for 30 years, and been happy with it. So you kind of get what I'm saying, Sandy Mac. It takes you're going to take a little work, because when I started the sheet, I realized I had to go back at least a year to mark off the numbers, but I really went back 2 years. Everybody that's following me don't have to go back 2 years. If you get a year's worth of data and can track those numbers and see what they're doing, then you'll know how those numbers stack up and how to hit them without guessing, because you'll know what the actual numbers are doing pretty much. Because you'll be able to read the numbers just like the guy was reading the cards. And like I say, it helps you play responsibly. When I get ready to cut back, I know exactly what numbers I'm going to cut back on. And then when I hit, I know what numbers I'm going to pick up on. Because I always know what those numbers are doing and where the likelihood the next set of numbers are going to come from, or off of what column. If, like I say, a column ain't hit in 3 months, I automatically know that. Or 4 months, I automatically know that. Okay, by the sums. Okay. I think by the sums, you add the numbers up, and if the numbers equal certain amount, like uh, 2 equals 6, you add them up, and the most sum you see is the numbers you want to play those numbers. Now, when I get last year's number, I take a single master sheet and use it and mark them off that one sheet to get the data back, pretty much. And then I transfer. Then I know what numbers and what columns didn't hit, or what numbers didn't hit, because I track the numbers for the whole year. And then I know I can just transfer the information for the numbers that didn't hit to the columns, because it's going to all be on that one sheet, instead of trying to do it in monthly from last year up to present. But you take a master sheet, and you do January 2023, February 2023, and now March of 2023. You'll make those separate months, so you can see what columns don't hit each month like that for this year. But to go back and get the data, I'll take a single master sheet and mark and see what numbers didn't come. And I also see what back pair, front pairs didn't fall, pretty much. But I wouldn't do the single pairs like strategy number 2. I wouldn't worry about strategy number 2. But I definitely want to do the front pairs and back pairs that didn't fall last year, and what single numbers didn't fall last year. Okay. Is this one here? That's the master sheet. That's got all 1,000 numbers. I just use that one sheet. I go back, start marking them off from. You can really, well, you can really start from here and go back from March and go back to 2022, January 2022, on this one sheet, and then I'll transfer that data onto March's sheet, because you're already into March, to know which ones numbers are left on the columns to play. But that's the sheet I used, that one sheet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Use that one sheet, or yeah. And now, if you got a lot of numbers left, which normally you don't, the farther you go back, the more numbers you're going to mark off. But you probably won't need to go back that far. Just a year's data is all you're going to need. And that's how I started when I first started. I went back 2 years, but then I realized I didn't have to go back that far, because as I was tracking into the next year, I realized that I didn't need to go back that far, a year's worth of data, because as I'm in the present year, I was accumulating data anyway. and marking them off. Yeah. But once you start and you have that app, the Pick Three Rundown app, I think you was on here yesterday. When you enter the winning number, it's going to automatically tell you what column to go to find that number. Just mark it right off. But I had to do it all by pencil and paper, and that took a little while. But it wasn't too bad because as soon as I, do the 1-1 rundown and seeing what number, I didn't have to do the total rundown. I knew automatically what number it was. Hey Lorenzo, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you. But once you get started on it, it comes together real easy. How's the Pick Three at a glance going for you, Lorenzo? Leonzo? Leonzo. Okay, I got you. All right, yeah, still waiting, man. Me too. I'm just patiently waiting. They coming. They coming. Yes, 19 pair and a 5-9 pair are due. Um, and normally when I look at those and I see they're 159 and I can say, okay, those two pairs haven't hit. It's going on almost 2 months or 40 days or whatever. I would possibly make 159 my number to play. And then per se, if the 1-9 ain't hit on the front, I play a 1-9-5. That's why tracking the front and back pair is so important. Hey BLC, how you doing? Glad to see you. And you kind of see the numbers doing that. That's why I'm saying you'll be able to read the numbers because they'll hit like that. Like the 8-9 and the 3-8 pair hadn't failed last month, and 9-3-8 came in. So you'll start seeing the numbers. You'll be able to read the numbers and what they're doing in your state. That's why it's so important that everybody track their own numbers in their own state. Because all of them going to run different. And midday going to run different from evening, and evening going to run different from midday. But that's why I say too, now, if I was tracking something, I'll track midday and evening, but most of it probably play midday and evening. I know some states got four draws, but I always look for what number didn't fall midday or evening, then that's the number I'll play midday and evening, rather than trying to play a different number for midday and a different number for evening. And but some people do play the same number midday and evening, but they don't know if the number then already came, or how it come midday, or how it came evening. I always try to find a number that didn't come either midday or evening, and I win like that. Uh, if it's a double, I usually try to find the doubles because they're kind of easier to find, and see what double didn't fall midday or evening. Then those what I play. Nine, oh man, 938 came out here evenings, just like that. BLZ. And yeah, like you say, when you don't play and they come out, that's a heartbreaker. I know. Uh, that's a heartbreaker. But you have better days, I'm sure. Okay, A8 is overdue. Okay, A8 is overdue for evenings. So if you're playing the front pair and back pair, A8. Oh, okay. One thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ones ain't played in the first two positions. Okay. Um, so you know how to play the ones like that. Hey, CC Stevenson, how you do? California, glad to have you with us. Uh, 1-1 front, 1-1 back. Now, it's still early a little bit to me for the troop, but I would be looking at if I play in the A8, then I would definitely run the triples with them for 50 cents straight or a dollar straight. I wouldn't really look at piling a whole lot on them just right now, but that's how I do. If I see doubles ain't ran in a while, I play those triples along with those doubles, and not just play the A80 or the A81 or A82. I do that run. I play the triple ones and the triple eights like that. Okay. 091. Say it's like recording the numbers that play by their sums. I'm still learning, so I can't fully explain. Okay. Uh, well, I think by doing the numbers by their sums, and I'm not too familiar with how to do the sums on those numbers. I know you add the number from basically what I understand, and you see like what number when the sum is totaled, what number played the most, then you want to play those numbers with those sums. Oh, 709, yeah. We had the 709 come here too. Yeah. Uh, um, Sandy Mac. But it's something like, but you're tracking the actual numbers instead of the number sums. You see, you know what the actual numbers are, and I guess you could say it's by the number sums that they match up. But you're tracking the actual columns. Um, but I really don't know enough about. Well, I know enough. I understand the sums, but the columns to me is not the same because you're looking at the actual numbers. Oh, eight pair. Okay, on the 18th. 848 came out midday. VTech sums, the date sums. Oh, okay. Two seven three before 255. You say expect when a zero fall, expect doubles. You know, they say certain numbers will bring certain numbers. Um, you know, I don't know if that's the case. I just say the numbers do what they do. Um, I mean, if you track it, you're gonna see on certain things happen with the numbers, but I can't say a number brings another number. You say zeros look for 2 9 pair. Or they say if they say um, uh, uh, um, numbers like 1 2 3 bring back another number like that, sequence numbers. Okay, yeah, that eight is a good one. That's just like that 9 2 back pair hasn't failed, and the that's why I'm carrying it. So, but I would definitely be carrying that 8 8 front and back, or I don't know, triple eight's probably two for sure. Um, on doubles like that. Um, has played forever. 9 3 front, 10. I mean 3 9 front, 10 front, and 22 hasn't been played in forever. Yeah. So those are good numbers for when you're hitting. When you hit, you know where to go. Only one we got here is that 9 2 that ain't played in a good while. That's the only one. Yeah, they uh they split the what number they split here last that I remember. But we don't get many split numbers here to me in Missouri to me that I can recall. But and I don't we can't play split. I wish we could really. I wish we could play split here. That's the only one. They could have kept the cash pops and the mother one, the cash pop, and let us split them pairs. Because that would cover all. If I like my 9 2, that would cover everything on it. And then when one of those front pair, back pair, or one of those splits come in, I just run that family of pairs all the way down, like 0 9 2 1 9 2 292, 392. I'll stay with that for the whole year, especially on that back end. Cause like I said, they gonna come straight, and I already know what numbers ain't came off that run for a good while. Is that old 92 and that 192 is hot as firecrackers. So I would invest my money right back into that 092 because I'm playing everything 092 as I can. So when anything with a 2 and a 9 come in, I'll hit and run it right back at them. And that's how I do. That's why I don't be on my numbers that, don't hop on and off my numbers because I made them up. And, like the strategy, basically, like I said, is always to let the numbers hit you and not try to hit the numbers because you already know what you're carrying. And that's basically how it works with me. But yeah, that 292 should be a pretty decent payday when it comes, by the way I'm playing it. Uh, yeah. And not really investing a lot of money because you don't really have to invest a lot of money with the front pair, the back pair. And if they would let you do the split pairs, you could cover the number that you plan all the way around, like that. But probably next month, when they roll in this month here in Missouri. Oh, okay. Oh, I bet it looks nice too, BLZ. I bet it looks nice. Yeah, the organized you are with this pick three, the better. Uh, so you don't really, uh, well, you're gonna see a lot. You ain't gonna be able to play them all, but you don't want to miss nothing that's just right there under your nose. I used to have that problem. It'd be right there under your nose off of one of them columns, and you just missed it. Just like I missed that 722 and that 772. I mean, it didn't dawn on me that this 722 didn't play last year. And I just know to play that number when it missed a year. And when it came, I was like, how did I miss it? But you're gonna miss them. It won't be your first, it ain't gonna be your last. But that 722 and that 772 is usually a number that I hit on. Yeah. And it just did, especially if they don't show the year before, them my numbers. But like I say, you don't want to burn all your money up either trying to hit. Okay, okay, yeah, that's for evening. Okay, well for both. Okay, yeah. So like I said, you pick what you're gonna play or how you're gonna play them. I was trying to see if there's anything that just stood out to me, but I really don't. Just the double sevens, I would probably look at playing those since those two have neither one of them came out because they're the only ones that they haven't hit. It's the 775 and the 776. I probably would pick those up, yeah, like that. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah. Those are some good numbers. But you're gonna, and we had that see, do we have that 247? That 247 played here, I think played midday, played 724. That's how it played. Okay, yeah. You're gonna still have quite a few pairs left because it's only, halfway in the month. Um, yeah, like I said, last month we had 10 left, but you see them play out, and oh, okay, the sixes and the eights, okay, the sixes and the eights. So you still got about five of them left. Like I say, I usually get it down, let the target down. Do I think it's better to play singles or doubles on the pairs? It depends on what's going on in the column. Me, I play doubles pretty much. Um, Looking at the front and back pair of the doubles that ain't played. Like if 5-5 front ain't played and 5-5-1 ain't played. And then I look at the mirrors on those doubles. If let's say 8-8-2 and 8-2-2 and 3-7-7 and 3-3-7. If they haven't played in a group like that, then that's how I look at playing them. But it depends on the number and the columns. But that's what I look at on the doubles. If those four, like I just called, the different of each other, the I play like that if they haven't failed at all. Those four numbers I called out: the 8-8-2, the 8-2-2, the 3-3-7, and the 7-7-3, like that. Coco. But let's see, I have my other sheet here. Did you get what I was saying there, Coco? As far as the doubles, I think I got a board that'll show you what I'm talking about on these doubles. Okay. Hope you can see this board here. If you can, screenshot it out. I'll call one out to you. See what I did? I took all the doubles and put them together with the mirror and opposite each other. So that way at all times I always know when a double and his mirror didn't play. like the 228, the 882, the 773, and the 337. So if I had a column here that ain't played, I'm definitely gonna play this whole column right here on my doubles. That's how I easily track the doubles and always know where they're at. Now this here is a yearly chart that I had put together for the doubles. So every day I mark off these doubles. So near the end of the year or whatever, I always know what number didn't fall on my doubles because I got them organized. I focus on those double eights. I would, yeah. I definitely focus on those eights. Yeah, yeah. See, doubles, they pay more. I don't know if they're easier to catch. They about the same as the singles. They run close neck to neck. Um, but when you organize them, like knowing at the end of the year, I might have three or four of these that don't get marked at all, and I carry them over to play into in the next year, because I know if it's four of these numbers didn't hit at all, and it's a double 9 out of 10. Let me see. Can you? Yeah, 9 out of 10. Something's gonna come off of those four numbers on my doubles. So say double ace if you say 9-3. If you can screenshot that and write that down on a piece of paper and then, make copies of it, then you'll always know where your doubles are at. That's a yearly sheet. You make copies of it and you always know where your doubles are and what didn't play. Along with the master sheet, it's already on the master sheet, but I just pulled it out so it could be more organized for me to see what numbers in the mate didn't fall. Yeah. I hear you, BLC. Uh, eight. If they split the eight, if you can split eights, I would split them. If you can split them, we can't split pairs here, but I would split them. In any combination that would come, I definitely would split. You like it? I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it's nice. It's one of my favorites too. Thank you. Yeah, because you can see if you got all of them lined up for you. Yeah, very helpful. I, I think that's the far as my little brain could go, Coco. I could think, I can't see anything. But I just retired, so I just retired. I just really had time to, put all my time into it and try to tweak it more. But I might, knowing me, I might come up with another idea on it, something that's gonna really uh, put it, tweak it. That's why I want everybody to look at it, and they might see something I don't see that'll really put everything together and make it easier and simple and easier for us all to win. Yeah. Triple A's. Um, yeah, Triple A's. Yeah, it could be. Triple A's didn't come to December this year, and the A pair hadn't filled. That's how I hit them. December last year, because and then the front pair of the eight only fell in January of 2022, just one time, and then that back eight hit in December with the triple eights. So yeah, if eight, any double that hasn't been out in a while, if I'm running those doubles, I definitely run the triples with it. Yeah. Yeah, you can't play split pairs. I wish we could. We can't either. Okay. You say I could your chart for helping find. Oh, don't. Hey Salvador, how you doing? How you doing? Glad to have you with us. Yeah. Sakai, you say I could post your chart for helping finding doubles. Don't just trying to help you spot a double. I don't know if I understand what you're saying there, Scott. Say I could post your you chart for helping find doubles. Don't just trying to help you spot a double. 717 and that. Oh, okay. So you saying those are indicators like 26 is indicator for twos? Okay. Okay. Okay, BLC, that's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, 800. 355. You didn't play it. Oh, you was playing 800? Oh, okay. Well, 800 came here twice. Came here twice, and it waited till the end of the year almost to show up. Because the reason why I was looking for the 800 because 008 or 880 hadn't failed. And there was quite a few of double eight numbers hadn't failed toward the end of 2022, and that's why I was playing the triple eights. Uh, if I find doubles toward the end of the year, about five doubles, a number of the same number, like say AA0, AA1, AA2, AA3, AA4, AA5, that ain't played, then I will play those columns toward the end of the year with the triple eights or with whatever other triple that number is associated with, like triple twos or something like that. Because I feel that triple might fall. And that's why I say I usually wait till the end of the year to do triples. Um, we had the 345 to come out and the 425 midday. The 345 yesterday evening and the 425 I believe was midday, if I recall correctly on that midday one. 345 yesterday evening and midday was the 425. But that's a the numbers are running a little different, but uh, like I said, we so far only got two doubles. Well, last month we hit every double that could be hit on a short month. That's why we had so many pairs left to run into this month. Um, I don't know. To say, did they day one? This heart is blocking what I can read when you put something in. It says, what I'm reading, did they do two day one? We do two, if that's what you're asking, Salvador. We do two a day. Oh, great. That's great, BLC. Our evening today in Missouri don't come to 8:55. So the evening hasn't drawn yet, Salvador. The evening number hasn't drawn yet. Kind of glad that they used to do it at 7 p.m. I always thought that was too early. So, but now they do it at 8:55. Yeah. So it makes it a little better. It takes some pressure off of you trying to get to play your numbers. And then, like I said, I don't really do anything on midday because I have to fight with that bed, and that bed wins. So I don't frustrate myself with midday. I know you can play evening for midday, but I just focus on evenings. All right. right, family. Anybody got any other questions or anything that I can help them with? Oh, 950 in Louisiana. Okay. Yeah. Wow, y'all got a later time than we have. Okay. Okay. Um, 378 hasn't played at all last year. Okay. You can look at that, and I would look at the mirror of it, the A23. Look at playing that with it like that. If either one of them haven't failed, then I would definitely be playing it. 959 looks like a good number. Well, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think ours is 1248 in Missouri, something like that, for midday, and like 8 something. But they might do it later. It depends on how much money they're trying to get. All right, family. If nothing else, I'd like to thank everybody for your support. Appreciate your time. Oh, okay. In New Jersey. So I'm gonna call it the night. So play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless.